Hello everybody, I am Hickman and today I'm back with a brand new video. Today we've got some very, very exciting and brand new Doctor Who news to talk about. It all came out about 12 o'clock last night. So thanks for that, BBC, because I was falling asleep and getting ready for, school early today. So thanks for that, but that's fine. Which just means a late video for everyone else. But yeah, here we go, let's talk about it. So we've got 2 photo shoots, 2 posters, information's in episode 1 and 2, as well as a full description of what we can expect from this new series, characters and locations as well. So that's quite interesting. It's quite a lot to go through. So we're going to go through as quickly as possible. So do bear with me if it does run a little bit overboard, because it can do occasionally. So yeah, let's actually go into it. So we're going to start today by talking about episode 1. The Woman Who Fell to Earth. Action, adventure for all the family starring Jodie Whittaker, Bradley Walsh, Tosin Cole and Bandit Gill. We don't get aliens in Sheffield. In the South Yorkshire City, Ryan Sinclair, Yasmin Khan and Graham O'Brien are about to have their lives changed forever as a mysterious woman, unable to remember her own name, falls from the night sky. Can they believe a word she says? And can she help solve the strange events taking place across the city? Guest starring Sharon D. Clarke, Johnny Dixon and Samuel Oakley. Written by Chris Chibnall and directed by Jamie Childs. So, yes, nothing really new there, is there? I mean, we got the companions' full names. That's fun, but we already knew that. We know it's based in Sheffield. Yep. We know she falls from the night sky. We didn't know she couldn't remember her own name, so that's something new, I suppose. And we know she's probably going to be helping solve some strange events, and that's as far as we're going to get with this episode, apparently. We knew the episode title, so that's nothing brand new. But really, I think this is good news. It's nice to see some new stuff, and obviously we've got the guest announcements as well, so we'll talk about those. So there's nothing really new for the story. Pretty much the same predictions go as always. I've talked about it hundreds and hundreds of times before, so if you want to check out my opinions and possibilities for the first episode of this series, I've got plenty of videos talking about it, but here we go. So the guest starring, Sharon D. Clarke, we know what is playing Mary, Graham's wife, and there's also Johnny Dixon and Samuel Oakley. I tried to look these 2 guys up on IMDb. They existed, and they did like a few minor roles on like Coronation Street over the years, and Doctors, and like soap operas and minor TV and movie roles occasionally. So they're not massively well known, but they are known in the industry. So it is quite nice to have some fresh faces, because I certainly don't recognise these guys. So it's nice to have some fresh faces in Who that can hopefully bring them a little bit of attention as well in their careers, because obviously Doctor Who is like a big staple in the world of television. 55 years this year, man. It's going to be big. But yeah, very, very exciting. Yeah, not much to talk about for episode 1. There's just a very basic amount of stuff. We know the guests, we know the characters, we know the title now. We knew the title anyway. The only big thing, I suppose, was written by Chris Chibnall, but we kind of expected that. I would have highly doubted this not to be written by Chris Chibnall. And we also know it was directed by Jamie Childs as well. So, nothing majorly new there, but it's still nice to have a little mini sort of synopsis. Episode 2, The Ghost Monument. Still reeling from their first encounter, can the Doctor and her new friends stay alive long enough in a hostile alien environment to solve the mystery of desolation? And just who are Angstrom and Epsil? Guest starring Sean Dooley, Susan Lynch and Art Malik. Written by Chris Chibnall and directed by Mark Tonderay. God knows. The Ghost Monument is a great title and I absolutely love it. It's a bit discreet, not too obvious, doesn't really tell you anything about the story, and I quite like that. Leaves it open, and it's quite a striking title as well, The Ghost Monument. I really do like that. It does sound like a film sequel, kind of in a way, so I do like that. The description, again, gives us not very much to work with, other than a few little things. So, if you weren't already aware, episodes 2 and 3 were both filmed in South Africa, one of which was the Montgomery bus boycott episode, and the other one was the one that had the temple, the soldiers that people thought were Sontarans and Jadoon, but they're just soldiers, the sort of desert. This was seen a lot in the trailer, so it's good to see that this episode actually finally does have a description, because this is definitely the one with the temple, because alien planet, on that temple shot we have, I think there's a couple of suns in the sky. I think, as far as I'm aware, there's something that indicates that it's alien and not from Earth, which would detract it exactly from the bus boycott episode, so that's good. We've got that out of the way. So the bus boycott episode, I think, is going to be episode 3. Episode 2 is reserved for this weird, cool alien planet with the temple, with the soldiers, with everything that's going on. Either way, quite excited. So that'll be fun. Yeah, let's have a quick look though, because there's not really much to talk about here. Desolation, what is it? We don't know. And just who are Angstrom and Epsil? That is the question I'm asking, as well as the article, because neither of us know, apparently. Some people will try to like throw it in the air and go, what if these are named as Sontarans? Yeah, could be. I doubt it though. Could be though. I might be wrong. Don't hold me to that one. hostile alien environment's quite interesting because it kind of suggests, obviously, that they're definitely on an alien planet, but not only that, that everything's out to get them in a way. So that's quite fun for a second episode, I think. My only worry is that straight away as a plot thread doesn't pull me in, and things like that in the past where there's a mystery and there's new characters and stuff aren't always the greatest. So I'm certainly hoping something good comes from this, but we'll have to wait and see, I suppose, really. Anyway, guest starring Sean Dooley, Susan Lynch, Art Malik. Who are these people? I didn't recognise any of these names, but I did in fact recognise the face of Sean Dooley, because I went, you were in Broadchurch, you were in Broadchurch. Yes, he was in Broadchurch. A lot of people spotted this from the trailer. I certainly didn't. But either way, it's quite exciting to sort of talk about and discuss, because this guy has a long and interesting career. Obviously, Broadchurch, he's been in DCI Banks, Cuffs, what else has he been in? Wolfblood, Misfits. The list goes on and on. He's been in loads and loads of things, either minor or major roles. And from what I've seen in Broadchurch, he's a pretty good actor. He knows what he's doing, and that gives me a little bit of confidence, I suppose, because casting people who a lot of people may not actually know of is quite an interesting choice. But this guy I do recognise, and he's probably the only one that I do recognise out of the guest announcements. So it's definitely good to be able to see his face here, because yeah. He was great in Broadchurch, and I think he can probably do a good job here, so that's definitely interesting. Also, talking to Sean Dooley, he does actually appear in the trailer twice. The first shot we have is of Jodie Whittaker looking like shocked on a hillside, and on the right of the shot we have Sean Dooley himself holding a torch. I didn't even notice this, didn't even recognise him at the time. So yeah, that's nuts. The second shot, because he's wearing the same uniform, is the one that looks like an alien Covenant corridor. So we know these two shots also get attached to the ones of the temple, which are all episode 2, so that's good. We know probably a bit more about episode 2 than we know about episode 1 in terms of pictures, so that's pretty good. Talking of other characters, we have Susan Lynch, who I don't recognise, but again, a long and vast career. She's won a BAFTA, well done her. There's a long career here of many different things that, yeah, she's obviously an experienced actress, and I'm not going to knock her for that, just because I don't know who she is. Yeah, sounds good. I'm really, expecting good things from actors who have a long history. And in the shot with Sean Dooley as well from the trailer, there seems to be someone else in the background with a similar uniform. So that could actually be her with the sort of maybe short spiky hair in the background. Maybe it is. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see for that one. The next one is Art Malik, and yeah, he's been in quite a few things that I recognise, but nothing that I've particularly seen. I think he was in Cold Feet, Arthur and George. I'm just naming what I can here. Upstairs, Downstairs, whatever that is. More famously, The Living Daylights, a James Bond film, and True Lies, an Arnold Schwarzenegger film. So yeah, he's again had a long and interesting history. I've had to keep saying that, but it's good that proper popular actors are being cast as well. Even if they're not recognisable straight away by name or face, they've definitely had a long and valid experience in the industry and are indefinitely able to work with this, because I feel like it's always good to have experienced actors as well. You can have people who are unknowns and kind of big them up a little bit, which is always great, and I'll always be a supporter of. But at the same time, it's always good to have experience when taking on a role in such an iconic show. So yeah, very, very excited about this. Before we go on to the interview with Chris Chibnall and the... actually, I'll tell you what we'll talk about quickly. We'll talk about this quickly. It's a Radio Times interview with Chris Chibnall, and he was quoted in saying, "We've been working hard at staying quiet until now, in order that audiences aren't spoiled, and also that our stories make it onto television in the most exciting way possible. But now we're getting excited about showing you Epso, a life-changing bike ride, Robertson, The Ux, Umbrine, Rosa, Desolation, Kandoka's Moon," I can pronounce that, and Ribbons. All of these things are on their way. Yeah, I love this teaser because it's literally just naming loads of names that we just don't know who the hell they are yet. Epso is one of the guys who was mentioned, obviously, for episode 2, as was Desolation, which is some sort of thing there. Rosa, we can presume to be Rosa Parks, who will probably be episode 3. Everything else, I've not got a clue, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing the life-changing bike ride. I am buzzing to see that. But yeah, that's really all we can deduce from that. I'm probably going to kick myself in a few weeks when I watch it and go, so that's what the life-changing bike ride was. But, one of those things. Anyway, let's talk about something actually visual that we can really analyse and look at. Yeah, we're talking about the brand new posters. We've got 2 to talk about. One of them is better than the other. Well, they're both quite equal, to be honest. And first off, what does it hit you with? Colour. And quite honestly, my favourite thing. I actually prefer this to any of the posters from Series 8, 9, 10, probably even further back than that. This gives a vibe to the show that we haven't felt in years. Something bright, something fun, something exciting, a proper classic sci-fi adventure, and that's really the vibe I'm getting here. Yeah, I'm expecting emotional and darker moments in this series. Yeah, of course I am. But I'm also expecting it to be bright and fun and not be weighed down by the drama all the time. This gives the vibe of something really, really exciting and brand new. We've got a new shot of Jodie, new shot of the entire cast, and it all looks great. I think Jodie looks brilliant in this shot as well, with the coat sort of flapping in the wind a little bit. Looking at the sort of scenery, really just weird and wonderful, but that's exactly what Doctor Who is, really, isn't it? Looking at the ground, we've got 3 different surfaces. We've got on the right hand side, we've got a sandy beach. In the middle, we've got some sort of rocks and a sort of rocky face. And in the back there, we've got sort of a forest. You've got a blue cloud thing with sort of bubbles underneath. You've got crystals at the bottom in the orange colour. That's similar to Jodie's Sonic. You've got that sort of magma tentacle thing, very Doc Ock-like. And you've got this sort of weird purple glow around some rocks that cut between Graham and Yasmin. So yeah, it's pretty cool. There's also some stuff in the sky as well, like a few little laser beams that pass through them hexagons again. Now you may remember those hexagons from the first poster teaser we had. And for those who... And I could probably imagine these being the roundels for the TARDIS. Whether you've seen the leaked picture or not, you'll know whether that's true. I personally have, but I'm just trying to play it cool for people who haven't seen it because I don't want to ruin it for them. But these may or may not be the roundels for the TARDIS interior. I do like the little blue light, which is kind of cool there. I do like that idea that maybe the TARDIS just glows up from the roundels every time it starts to take off or something. Hexagons always look cool there. The sort of 3D effect they've got. It looks very nice and very modern, and yeah, I'm getting kind of a random vibe from this. Like loads of lights and colours, but it's what the show should be. You can really easily just grab this image and turn down the saturation to make it a little bit darker and a little bit like blander, like previous series maybe. But this just looks bright and fun, and the saturation looks turned up, and it's just exciting. And if an image is that exciting, then I've got hope for the trailer. That's all I'm saying. We'll talk about the trailer in just a bit. But first, yeah, that's that for the first poster. The second one is pretty simple. Different shots of the TARDIS team running across this sort of shore. It's obviously got the Doctor Who logo, and it's about time, which is the sort of catchphrase for this one, other than the universe is calling. God knows what they're trying to go with this time for the sort of the, I don't know what you call it, the tagline for the series, I suppose. They're kind of running across a beach, which has sort of water at the end. Crystals left, right and centre, the same sort of effects in the sky and stuff. So honestly, who knows at this point what these could mean? They're just posters. They're just posters. There's nothing to analyse, that's the truth. And quite frankly, I love that. I love good posters, and this looks especially brilliant. These two just are amazing. I've already got the first one as my lock screen on my phone because, my god, is it that beautiful. It's just brilliant. Anyway, let's talk about the final promotional images we've got. We've got 2, because you've got the standard ones as well. You've got Chris Chibnall, the showrunner, and Matt Strevens, the executive producer, standing outside the TARDIS. It's the first HD shot of the TARDIS we've actually ever got for this series. We've had, obviously, the one from the original costume reveal and a few other things as well. But ideally, this is the TARDIS. This is the TARDIS on how it will look in the show. Probably a little bit lighter when it's outdoors, yeah. But overall, can't complain. It looks the most like the Metropolitan Police box that we've seen yet. Probably my favourite New Who TARDIS box design. I love the blue light. I love the yellow windows, kind of like the glow on the windows. It looks great. And overall, it is just brilliant. And finally, before we go, comparing the whole Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat photos, Chris Chibnall, his official showrunner photo shoot. Oh god, look at his little adorable smile. It's hilarious. I absolutely love it. He looks so happy to be in this series, and again, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from all over. He's genuinely excited about this opportunity. He's not stressed, he's not pressured, he probably is, but he's not showing it. He's showing his excitement. He's showing his passion, and just from that little smile compared to the previous thinking faces or the sort of serious face, you know, it's kind of fun to see the fact that he is seemingly enjoying the experience and that he'll be round for at least a few more years yet. And finally, when can we expect a trailer? A lot of people are talking about this. Yep, we've got promotional stuff. Yeah, we've got descriptions on the first 2 episodes. When we're getting the trailer, I think now we've got this, and we've got Doctor Who magazine on Thursday. This weekend is a great call for a trailer. I reckon we're going to get a new trailer, and our final trailer this weekend. Don't hold me on that. That's just my thoughts. It's not a rumour. It's not confirmed. Nothing like that. But I think we're going to get one this weekend, and that's just my final kind of prediction, really. Other than that, it's been a very, very long video, so thank you all so much for watching all the way through it. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment if you haven't already, and please do subscribe to the channel for more Doctor Who Series 11 content as we get closer and closer to the final release. Check out my Patreon if you want to support the channel. Check out the Discord server if you want to just gush about Doctor Who like I do 24/7. Check out all my social media links in the description below, and I'll see you all next time. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.